The mystic, molecule, atomic, earth inner, body inner jammer, condensed matter, consistent conformity changers, dense maker, force, constrictor, matter maker. The metal is earth inner jammer, the dead makers, in the millions, per second or per minute or per hour, as their endeavors, the dead makers, the storm maker, earthquaker, life quaker, life snatcher, siphoning, turmoiling, disturbing, vortexing of earth inner, tilting, shearing, rotating, vacuum, body, that low pressure, high pressure creators, laughing and crying psychosomatic field creations, laughing against crying, crying against laughing, ridiculousness during seriousness, laziness during smartness, sincerity. All emergency can be compromised. All people's setup can be compromised. All countries, individuals, and governments, basins of the evils of the same stupid, foolish, selfish giants, arrogant, criminals, pleasure-taking, harming, dominating, leadership, lordship claiming, killer, rapist, torturer, barbar, savage, destructive, disaster, catastrophe, causer, Bengal, that evils, the Bengali, leftist mentality development, neither East philosophy nor neither or West, neither Hinduism, neither Satanism. They have really Satanism, neither Islamic, neither Christianity, irreligious, very selfish, misuse life, the all religious, both schools, facilities, stars, as if religious capacity, or scientific institute, university, council, set up, capture, as they have such horrible Tele-Killer, life jammer, life arrestor, destroyer, destructor, disaster, in the millions from the far away, projecting the constrictor machine, that inert maker, the dead maker, that life snatcher, siphoner, the storm, tornadoes, typhoon creator, earthquake creator, earth inner jolting, earth inner new plate formations, matter, high, constricted, thick matters, creating from out of matters, earth inner, artificial plates or vacuums from other place, dragging, snatching, turmoiling, whirling, rotating, vibrating, earthquake, sea whirling, at molecular subatomic level. In this horrible Adayadahi Dharmasya Glanir Bhavati Bharat, where all political institute is captured by the evil, incompetent, devil, devilish, selfish, giants, killers, stupid. केवल मन की बात, under the influence of their evil funders, the leftist barbarism, samudra manthankari, evil, who claims Adipurush like new film developing Sri Ramji as their every sons of their daughters' mothers to produce as if housed on milk The factory produce Adipurus is being produced. There the climate changes, the disaster bring up. On the earth in our life, volcanoes raise up. There the horrible riches to snatch anyone's life, wealth, reputation, post. So they are compromising all the godly setup institutes. They are anti-God, leftist criminals. The Bhayavaha Vipajjana Tras, that what kind of metallic system, metallic platform, adding, joining, and increasing. What kind of atomic energy misutilizing, exploiting of America or UK. The top plutonium, etc., energy. They are for that reason, who have got the private ownership capacity under the false patriotism, nationality, defense increasing, US setup, wealth, prospect increasing as if, but they are destructive, they are exploiters, they are alien, they are enemies, they are the evil satanic forces. All over the world, every pocket now they have captured with the greed of the undersea capacities to dissolve, compromise, hammer, collapse, destroy, disaster make our life. The gravitational psychosomatic field catcher Earth in us. That horrible molecular, submolecular atomic energy, exploiter, adhering, dragging, compacting, matter formation, from molecules to macromolecules, from macromolecules to mega macro, then hill, mountain, almost Earth parallel, that from black holes region, new extra monstrous black hole created. What kind of metallic heating, adding, aging, carrying in the plate, stick, pillar to parallelly create that setup mimicking semi-thick which can drag from cloud storm, heat gather, constrictor trapper. So this is the climate changes theory, sudden weather, premature death, that causes as a God anguish, God have given them such facilities, blessing, bringing, but that evil mentalities who are always prone to do wrong, they are remain demons deprived of life in most critical state after death. This demon's life will be ended. That horrible crisis or the suffering getting the poor, bar, lower species inferior. But they don't care, but they also to take my Sri Robinji, Lord Robinji, and the good sense who to inform this kind of curses, the demonic devils, rob, cards, wrath have gathered at Mexican Gulf, Houston, below, Houston, Wisconsin, Virginia, Manhattan, British Columbia to whole the Pacific coast and Atlantic coast, got there they are. Now these people, evils, Bengali, leftists to claim Ajit USA, not hybrid force. As this is the Indian evils, leftist force, to blame that Indian, rightist also. The rightist or Indian real identity is not involved in such crime, India war, wrong, bad disaster, doom days. But this evil, Jayasankar, the summits, surrounds that ORF, Araisina, that Ajit, Dabhal cars, Jayasankar, Narendra Modi, his external affairs ministry, own ministry, staff, presidential house staffs, all auditors, kept aside mom their right compromise, their participation, objection giving, verification now is compromised. That one man, evil Modi, is doing as a grand stupid evil way under the evil spell of Ajit Doval, Jugmoj doing that Jayasankar evils and others, Warek, that the World Development Corporation, that is the sole Indian leftist devils, the geopolitics war, that horrible crisis creating. Thus, climate change is not a concern, the climate changer. So these voters, every country who are the believer, who are the fearer, who wants goodness, blessing from God, they should avoid voting to separate from the Satan leftist evil, so-called drama doers, mankindness, that all riches of sudden may. The recent abnormal, astonishing making richness, the flows of minds, criminals, horrorful making hurried, terrorism, imponderable. Still, as their crime, who have captured the whole Western and Indian Pakistan, they have captured thousands of Pakistanis alive after colliding Coromandel Express, various buses, Manipur riot, Bengal riots, Delhi riots, Kashmir riots, POK riots, Hyderabad, Karachi, Sindhu, everywhere that Pakistan inner agitations, that Indian inner agitations, that evil masses for trafficking, almost 2.5 million, the honest and evil mixed without knowledge, promising, hope-giving, better life, job prospect, lordship, mastership against European white peoples or the Indian race, so-called elite by the lower class, Dalit, inferior, beast, stupid, arrogant, criminal, satanic, that semi-Islamic fanaticism, the Bengali, that Bengali leftist, Bengali wrong Hinduism, that satanic Hinduism, who remain as a friendship but behave also enemies, who taking those innocent Pakistani drowned sank in Mediterranean Sea. This kind of masses of the horrible, that leftist, fake religious Hinduism, who is a Modi Dosti now, forcefully bribing, capturing. They are also captured, all strategical mouthpieces, offices, staffs, bosses, head of the staff, clerks, secretaries, cabinet secretary, gobbas, that all evils, the defense ministers, secretaries, home minister, secretarial, telecommunication, then health, trade, commerce, climate, environment, electronic, digital, particularly that horrible external affair ministry, that external, that cards department, where the leftist criminal Satan Jaishankar is got monopolies with his predecessors, South Indian, Bengalis, the left criminals who have got evil's access, monopolize in the name of business, but that Panama offshore blue economies have brought disaster. They are the climate changers, that horrible powers. Premature death lead killers of millions per hour a day. That horrible earth, sky, in earth, sea, undersea, horrible crisis creators, that climate changers, that fake voice who are blaming carbon dioxide, CO2, greenhouse gases, but they are that evil. They to keep misled and to write Wikipedia notes, definition, explanation with the evil scientist expert. So other people has not parallel learned of the Gita, mysticism, Indian epics, Upanishad, Veda, Isha Upanishad, etc. That all mystic saying, inscription, teachings, description, God powers, God particles, force or God-like powers, the demon, satanic witches, the thousand to tens billion that killers, that aggregation of ten thousands of sons and daughters of witches. Now these illegal bachas confused who their mothers, who their fathers. Some are kept who to see or appearance, looking nature. They are like criminals, appearance, so they are taking them closer, and other displaced mothers, honesty lights, boys. That illegally thousands pregnancy per week or month. So that evils, the throwing of the favor, I would say, in the evils, gullies, ill facilities, hospitals, as a slum, that horrible life crisis, tile khoy, hajaro, bachcha ki, moth, disaster, darkness, that evil claim is endeavor, bringing the darkism as if anarchism on the earth going on, but leftists, who are the anarchist, destructive, evil force, to sow the dawns as a new energy, as they are claiming, as the Indian Modi, as a leftist criminal, got wrath, Satan, taking the Lord Ramji Bhakta claims, he is doing all kinds of stupidity, its own boomerang, and other raised art, people with the leftist Madacho, semi-Indian, semi-Hindutva, retaining mainly Pravasi NRI, non-residential Indian leftist who killed millions, 10 millions of white people, the real GDP contributors, the brains, the saints of Jesus community. Now they are no more in those countries. Geopolitics, industrial, mankind, their own countries, local politics, institutions, churches, they are set aside, killed by betrayal, treacherously. So this is their foolishness, also ignoring Indian, that great sage voice, that Indian Gita's, Guru's warning, that what one Benga Baba कहता है, of posterior may be evils, who sometimes to claim as Nostar Domor. Either maybe I, who is reporting such crisis team, or they to project a evil Adi Purush, who terrorize to replace God with Satan concept. New Adi Purush, Satyameva Jayate, the destructive evil, satanic creatures, killers, that anti-God, devil, evil, force, evil. So I have to stop here. 22nd June, time is 5:30 p.m. of Indian around. As I am remain whole days as if captured, as my reports anguish through the earthquake reports, and my anguish expressions of thousand attacking riding on the setup invisible earth to others, perforating, penetrating, invading earth, covering me, that snatching, jammering my life, that Kalpurush, that Adipurush, Hercules bodies, Harbingers, the dayfarer, who the only can at that position on the earth to make oneself is the real dayfarer. But that system which I mentioned, it is also partly to make cyclic and dicyclic wave rotations with horrible things, jellies, molecules, rotating waters that stop undersea bottoms, heavy water concentration rotating. So they are both way to create vacuum, relative way, and that constrictor, that jammer, that compactor, that dragger sports, that earth in earth, each and everybody's mind, souls, men, discomfort, disabilities, their conformities, creations being changed, destroyed, life being erased by this horrible kind of explanation. As per the Gita, that what Sri Krishna to depict before Arjuna, thus the Jara Jada Dharmasya Glanir Bhavati Bharat, where my voice, that sadhu, that Lord, Devas, deity, figure, Kalpurush, who to mention Adipurush, before Adipurush floating this film, he is 10 years constantly talking about this Tantra, the body making, earth inner breaking, and that mind, molecular body portions, driving, misusing mind mesmerization. That blue whale, suicide game, the who has the blue whale like trailing in the oceans in horrible other creatures, species, robotics, that mass killers who has gathered all the USA high stuff, high technologies, gather 10,700 individuals, the technologies to manufacturing, taking those controls, and the creating the all the large bow or other world, real estate like that smart city, bridges, under tunnels, building, those are keeping the purpose of this as the government set up as the defense, either misusing UK, USA, Australia earlier, and Denmark, Holland, etc., Switzerland, Iceland, Greece, Norway, Romania, Ukraine, etc. Now they are entered in India. As they are hated to suddenly come capture India, but they are taking disguise as a Modi and the Yoga International Evil Hindu, but they are to enter Pakistan as a Hindu Bandhu, evil friendship, but they are betrayal, all religious clowns, godly peoples, who are still keep faith half-heartedly, partly satanic, character lovers, life enjoyers, selfish giants, betrayal, even treacherous killers, but to claim religious mankindness. Those human enemies, the anti-humanist, leftist criminals who are burning or killing innocents, Hindus, Manipuris, other communities riots, where Modi is the evil Jaishankar and his evil puppet Ajit Doval's associate, and that election commissioner offices, CAD, his puppet, Modi's puppet, Magi, Draupadi Murmu, like all that stupid, crippled, compromised post powers with evils, incompetent, subordinate, as called the puppet, pet like personalities, criminals recruited as in the soldiers in Indian Army headquarters, commands, all secretaries, bosses in offices, head of star, vice chancellor, GG, medium, etc. All those evils have captured that kill the political system, make dirty, malign, evil, devil in asphyxia. All bad, disaster, catastrophe. Above this, that premature death, billions are crying. Each and every home, peace snatched, plunged into grimness, sorrowness, darkness, hopeless. They are in despair. That babies who not to do see this crime, devastation, destructive, evil, anguish, aggressive, other killings, innocence. So how to believe those fanatic, damage bring, error, high error, that error prone, the selfish, unstable, whimsical, ridiculous killer, that brain, that sucking of the fluids of the rodent's vagina, fuck vaginas liking, or the stool anus, eating urine as a pious sacred, as their mind mesmerized by the iron ring where the black Bengalis, the witch practice magis, who remain watered to compromise their minds of this evil, their male partner, as a compromised force, so they are instigated, inspired to do crime, to claim oneself as a evil king. Duryodhan, Dusasan, Kangsha, Ravan, disasters, Nero, like devastator or Hitler. But Hitler was not a bad. This is that evil devil due to the satanism, grand stupid evil that Joe Biden, who is the anti-God satanic follower, under satanic spell, witches, he is compromising the whole world people's creatures, giving the access, monopolies, misusing, gathering, undersea misusing funds in USA, UK flags, etc. Now Modi is helping as if Indian army, as if rightist, but all evil leftist, anarchist criminals. The real Indian are not going or joining this disaster, bringer claims inauspicious evils. They are always enemies, anti-resisting, fighting for this leftist who are to make the geopolitics, the Atlantic Pacific cooperative force, that hybrid multinationality evils, that private, not government, no political identity, NGO evils, but who have captured that UN totally, all offices, bosses, that communication, satellite, Bezos, Cliff, Bezos, like all the evil, so many technologists, so-called that human activities, climate change, that political geopolitical promoter democracy restores the leftist voice, that Western's media voice, all that evils, who are the real rightists, they are not. Now undermine earth swing, impetus giving, hope giving, danger showing, describing their crisis, sharing their crisis, my feeling, another cries helplessness as they have also machine based that systems once they have engaged as their co-power mentality but who are righteous, religious, learning this horrible killing system set up evil endeavor, so-called that rightist, told that in Indian Samudra Manthan mythology discoverer, spiritual. So my peoples of this generation, fourth, is claiming at least 20 years they are up there from seniors to continue against their fights against the leftist rare anti-God peoples in the Mexican Gulf, Mediterranean, the whole Pacific, Bermuda Triangle, Seven Seas, Caribbean, everywhere the Labrador Crusaders, the stream form cloud forming, that earthquake in particular routes, in the particular places, those are their routes, has to be decided as if making that comment, that main coordinating place, Mexican Gulf, where I am sitting of the place Mexico underneath or my underneath is coming, that place Progreso Merida, northwest direction, at least 150 to 200 kilometers northwest direction of Mexican Gulf geo directions map. But my Indian side, those is coming. I'm remaining as if from Mayurbhanj, etc., 200 kilometers northeast. So Mayurbhanj area, Baleshwar, the turning point where the Merida cleft or that peninsular bend is to enter into Mexican Gulf in northwest. So this is in brief. I have three Robinji, Dr. R.N. the God agent, the Harbingers, Hurricanes, the Soboire, that who the real knowledge, deciphering power, explaining power, religious, some scientific, spiritual, the only unchallengeable, and those evil satanics who kept me, my voice unreachable, unconsultable, unlearnable, to the rest, rightist, godly people. What that Westerns, particularly USA, Indian admits the rightist Republican groups, Jesus, real followers, who are truth speakers, non-envious, honest, the good people, good sense, good, trying to be good, remain good, do good, saving others' lives from this disaster, curse, wrath, wrong, deviated, captive in the belly of the witches, of the system, that iron, the ring wearing, that horrible masses of the witches, white, brown, and black, Indian origin, maybe crossbred, hybrid, purebred. This is my description from Indian surface. I am Sri Rovinji Konsar of the God agent. At crisis, I am claiming as the demons, destroyer, rulers, tracer, reporters of this horrible crisis of the earth, stability, planet, the creation of the God. But God is the cause to establish His majesty against that satanic leftist who to deny and kill the existence of the God, deities, dead souls, mind. This evil leftist, the past to drag, deviate the rightist also under the semi-scientific, some leftist criminal scientists to go against Christians, to first malign Christian people who lost their inner meditative power. If your fews are having some meditative, concentrating power, but they are not that kind of far-reaching, that inner cosmic mind level, Muni Rishi of India. So at Yada Yada Dharmasya Glanir Bhavati Samudra Mantram, sea charming, sea turmoiling, sea misusing, exploiting, that bottom sea water, the thickest, strongest solution, which can drag, shear, adhere, put in move, whirling, rotating, vibration, vortex, tilting, adhering, compacting, the dragging, all that waves energy, cosmic energy, gravitational, where molecules or macromolecules can be easily be made much bigger, and the bridges, artificial or old monument structure, archaeology will be damaged, the destructive force. That's why archaeological, all monuments within 15 years almost ruined their endurance powers. It's lost in India and the rest of the world. All being removed bricks that excuse, they also captured those archaeological places because to bluff, mislead, kept other rest the righteous groups in dark. So their endeavor, claiming Adipurush, Bambhastra, Bahubali, Pathans, so many films, godlike, demons-like, monster-like, evil, witchcrafty, scientists, high technologies, high craft drones, that snow polar regions, flying undersea hovercraft, small fighter planes, jets, they can create, manufacture per month, thousand, that copies, all those at their greed as a parallel NATO force, which is they are asking for from US government to be deployed against Russia, but they are being distributed their own created parallel as if asking to help Ukraine, but they are parallelly creating some satanic forces, Indian Navy, Air Force, Army, to give them and terrorist African, Nigerian, Somalian, and some Pakistani or Uyghur, Azerbaijan, Tajikistan. They are also the Indian chachis, illegal sons, Lebanon, Syria, PLO, Azerbaijan, Tajikistan, Georgia, Chechnya, all Muslim, that Bosnia, Yugoslavia, Romania, Austria, Vienna, the Cyprus, the Malta, Morocco, now this Ethiopia, that Nairobi, Nigerian, that Ghana, Congo, Venezuela, Colombia, Caracas, Suriname. They have captured now partly Brazil. They are the evil Panama economies, British Honduras, Nicaragua, Cuba, Puerto Rico, as their puppets politicians to make criminal facilities in the name of godly government or endowment. And from India, Sri Robinji, Earth from Humanity Savior, Planet Savior, to describe climate changers are the reef, not climate change. Unless you are stopping killing these demons and oceanography, the high-tech misuse undersea Samudra Manthan, then poisoning, that applying masses in the government monitoring participation, not Monopolies just like one dull brain, evil brain, Satan, Rishi Sunak or Joe Biden like evil dictatorship or Modi, satanic dictatorship. As per the evil constitution to misuse, which is being started shall be 70, 75 years. Gradually all evil brains, that puppets are coming, those Australia, Canada, New Zealand, Denmark, South Africa, they're trying and always there to create disturbing in Pakistan politics. They are the evils who to bring nuclear force, Indian parallel. They thought if we in to terrorize India, so they have to give Pakistan also nuclear force so that they can remain safely, that Pakistan will not be attacked. So that evil, that same, the Vietnam War creation, Syria, Iraq, Middle East crisis, Falkland, Panama, Mexican Gulf, that Bermuda mystics happenings, that undersea tunnels underneath, undersea, that Houston horrible, that Booth, Galveston harvest, history of creating, Texas, Louisiana, who looted Silicon Valley semiconductors, all ownership, Google's, Microsoft, IBM, etc., Medium, people that they are great people. Try to stop it.